It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the AMP Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to Friday.
So
the week is over.
What
We
week.
left the
What
best
a
for
week.
last.
It's been a great week. I was just telling Dr. Smith, what a week. It's been a good week. The solar eclipse, all the things. And then by the end of today, it's Fridays are Fridays for a reason.
Solar eclipse? What are
Yeah,
you talking
it's
about?
shifts
I'm
in
talking about the
energies and
shows we
things.
did. You're talking about solar eclipse.
Yeah, it all changes the energy. Mayhem will agree. You'll see.
Mayhem.
Right?
Now she's going to be using Mayhem.
Now Mayhem's
as
going to
her
be my new
excuse
friend.
to oh, boy.
We can talk about shifting and everything. Shift it, babe.
Show Mayhem so that she can, everybody knows what we're talking about. What up,
Shift it,
Mayhem?
babe, as Lorena says.
Or not.
All right. Anyway, happy Friday. We have a great show. A lot of things. We had Center Stage that aired today, which was great, with Alicia, Michelle, and Frank. And you can check that out on AMP Media Productions. We call it Yellow Amp. We're rolling into the cafe and going to have a nice weekend. I don't think there's any rain in the forecast for the weekend.
It's going to rain.
I don't think so.
It always rains. It's always a shower. This is Florida. 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock rain.
But a lot of good stuff. I want to get into this because Freddie is known for his graphic tees or his tees that have other people's companies on it or his shirts, whatever. But this one was specifically made for you.
And it has aliens on it.
I know that, and I
let's
guess it
talk
goes
to
with the
the-
poster. So
talk to the
let's bring
creators.
over our guests. We've got Daniel Mayhem and Seth joining us, Wandering Visions. What is so super cool about this is there's a QR code here, and I guess there's a QR code on your stomach or chest.
To the right.
To the right, that you can scan.
Far corner right.
Can you imagine if you see Freddie out this weekend, take your phone out, scan his body, and then watch
Take
the
a
whole
picture.
show come to
You
life?
take a picture, I'll put it on the show on Monday.
It'll be really cool. All right, how did you meet everybody?
So we went to see a movie, which wasn't anything. It's complicated because a lot of things were happening at the same time. But I went to see a movie on Saturday night. I came out, and there's Glenn, with different color socks and everything else. And I said to him, "There's a lot of people here today. And this is in Lake Worth Movie Theater." He says, "Forget about it. Come here. I want you to meet these guys." He introduced me to the gang, and his art was moving around with the phone.
QR code.
Yeah, I mean, it was like bouncing here, bouncing there. And I'm thinking, like, I had seen this before. It was used in another way. And I said, we got to have these guys on the show. So today I had planned on
Having
Ultra
Prosperity in
and
it,
everything
right?
else, and Prosperity in here because it's all about that mix. But they're sick. They're going to try to come next week.
Okay.
So I said to the guys, come on in and let people see what you're talking about. So that's how it met up. But let him explain the science behind this thing and what they're doing with it, how it was created. It's like control chaos.
Okay, so it was art by Daniel Wandering Visions. The three of you work together?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Tell us about Wandering Visions. What's the vision?
Well, we started, we wanted to create a company where we travel around to different events and festivals and incorporate augmented reality into the merchandise portion. So I really have been wanting to create live merchandise on the site and then let our customers pick where they want. So each T-shirt or bag or jacket is 100% unique to them and their interests. Whether they want a lightning bolt on the shoulder, or a smiley face, or a heart, or some rainbows. We try to have a lot of different elements available to put them anywhere on the shirt, so you're not just buying a standard shirt that you might see someone else. And then also incorporating the festival's concepts and logos into that as part of a commission deal or a trade exchange for the vendorship for us to come set up. And we will burn the images live right there in front of you and get your feedback. How does this look? How does this look? Do you want this? And help them kind of walk them through, kind of like ordering like an item from a menu from a restaurant or something like that. But think about your merchandise live at a festival, that type of thing.
So you must do Love Burn with Glenn.
Absolutely. I have a very large installation there called Portal Potty. So
We got an invite.
Portal potty? What is portal potty? I'm afraid to ask what portal
So
potty is.
it's a long story. So Glenn came to me. I was working with another crew as a co-creator, and I created a secret room with a bookshelf where you had to solve a puzzle at the cafe, and it was an elaborate, old phone with rotary dials and stuff. And then once you got the code, you could go to the bookshelf, slide the book open, put the code in, and then the bookshelf would pop open. And then inside was what we called a treasurer's club. And it was like we spray painted everything we could find: gold, rocks, old watches, old toys, duckies and stuff, and put them in a treasure chest on there with some cool interactive art, a little MIDI sound processor and a plant, and big, huge velvet couches and books hanging from the ceiling like birds. And Glenn found it and was like, I love this. What can you do on a big scale? And I was like, well, I have this idea where a porta potty, you get in a porta potty, it spins you around, kind of discombobulates you, sends off your senses. And I wanted to attack the senses of, perspective and like fears of small spaces and stuff like that. So the tunnel, eventually it would pop you out the back with some fog and lasers, and it gets smaller and smaller, and eventually reveals this huge underground 40 by 40 tent, all enclosed with live music instead of techno 4/4 like what you hear everywhere almost, all these burns, with more live aspect and music, with cool big church pews, really nice little bar.
But where's the potty?
That's the potty.
It's the porta potty.
And
That's
it's
all
not
this
potty,
stuff.
it's potty like you're from Boston.
Potty.
It's portal
Potty.
potty. Yeah.
So is it used the same way? I'm afraid to ask.
I don't think it's usable.
We ask that you please
Please
do not
don't.
poo or
Refrain.
pee.
Can you imagine? I'm thinking, well, when do you pee? I mean, when do you
We
pee?
make sure to lock it at night.
Yeah, we lock it for sure. And
Safety first.
they're actually my co-creators on
Safety
that as
term.
well. They help me build every year. We've been doing it for 5 years now. And it's become a kind of a staple at Loveburn. People go out of their way to come. And I actually, one of the poster things started is because I started creating Photoshop posters of things like E.T. Instead of E.T., it would be T.P.
Really?
And you'd see
That's
like
funny.
E.T. touching the toilet paper. Every major movie I would change and Photoshop it and put my friends' faces on some of them. And instead of Game of Thrones, it was Dames of Thrones, and it was all the girls that worked at the porta potty.
That's interesting.
So I have about 100 different poster designs, and they
But
were
hold
hung
on,
up.
because you're throwing me into the twilight zone.
loop
here.
there,
Okay, so
yeah.
when you walk into this room, are you wearing glasses or using your phone?
You're walking in. That was a live.
So this has happened to
installation.
you as you're walking in,
It's a live installation that you walk into.
so you can see this.
with two actually huge, big blue porta potties that we converted into spinning, working, like you disappear.
So you're actually walking into this physically.
Yes.
You walk into
This
a
is trippy.
psychedelic neon portal potty, and you get spun around, so you're discombobulated, and then you have to crouch down into a dark tunnel that's full of fog and lights, and go an expanse till you get to the potty.
You gotta
And
get
how-
flushed.
How do you get
get
this?
flushed.
You get flushed. How do you get this? Is this a machine that you do?
Yeah, so I invented a system. I wanted to make it mechanical, but it's actually made from skateboard wheels on the bottom,
Of course it
on a
is.
rotary platter. So you get into a regular porta potty. It's one of the oversized ones, like the handicapped versions. You get in, about 5 people can fit in there, up to 5, and then you have a portal tender, which is someone that hosts and kind of explains everything. Say, hold on. And they get to push a button, and push a button, we have like sound effects for the different buttons, and you can kind of pick a tunnel, and it changes your course, or it might change your experience. And then we spin it real quick, and then there's a hole in the back, and it ejects you out the back, and you walk through that tunnel, and eventually get to this underground warehouse.
This is amazing. See, I went to Orlando, to one of the amusement parks, and when I walked in, they give you the 3D glasses, and all sorts of things are hanging off the ceiling and coming at you, and this whole 9 yards. So when I came back here, I came back with glasses, and I said, I want to make the theater come to life that way.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all laughing at me. He says, you're out of your mind. And here you have it. He's actually doing it. But he's doing it without the glasses, which is even more amazing. Now, you have to have closed area, or you can do an expanded area?
It's pretty much modular. Just give us a way to hide the tunnel.
Right.
And we put, we build these tunnels. They're like 100 feet long. And we put like the camouflage netting over
Inside
the top.
the tunnel.
Over the top of it, so you
Okay.
don't see the tunnel itself. All you see is the porta potty. You're like, what's going on back there? So you do have to have kind of a unique perspective as far as placement is concerned. So sometimes a tree line or something that hides the actual big tent where people are
How did
dancing.
all this come to be? What is your background? How did you guys end up together? There's so many questions. I love your color scheme you've got going on with the green and the pink.
Thank you.
I've known Seth most of my adult life.
Yeah.
We met when we were younger in the rave scene in Gainesville. I used to be a DJ and promoter for one of the first rave clubs in Florida called Simon's. And from there, I created and expanded my promotions and worked in the music industry. And that's where I got really locked in the music industry, touring around the world, playing big festivals and concerts and raves. And Seth was always kind of a ride or die friend, along that journey. Also a wonderful DJ as well. When we were spinning records,
Really?
and then there was no AI. We actually didn't have cell phones at some point.
Yep.
I think
You guys
when
are
we
at
met.
UF or near UF?
Near UF, yeah, it was right downtown Gainesville. As the club Simon's.
Very cool.
Yeah. Our
And Steph, how do you contribute to everything that's going on?
We kind of work collaboratively in a lot of the designs, and I do a lot of the sweat equity groundwork too. I've been doing a lot of traveling here. We are pairing up with collaborating with another friend of mine who does wire wrap jewelry, and we're doing Convergence, which is a 4-day wellness festival up in the Ozarks in September.
Wow.
So I'm kind of just always trying to beat the bricks, trying to find us new things to do, new partnerships, new areas to explore. So we've
Excellent.
worked together well for a while, and I'm just trying to turn our passion and our art into something we can do to, sustain ourselves and travel around and blend it all together.
Tell me about your shirt.
This one in particular is we have different kinds of geometric backgrounds you can get put on, and this is the bunny. They all augment with you can scan the QR code here on the side first, like you were saying, and then they all have different video and sound that comes up. Do you want to?
I actually sent them the video of that one.
Oh, okay, if you guys have it, let's
Yeah,
play it.
let's roll it.
Okay.
And are you graphic designers as well?
They're concept creators right now, but they're also, as far as artists are concerned, on site. That's also, we consider that as an art, is creating the shirt from the concepts. Now, I get a lot of insight from them as far as what to make, but most of the things start hand drawn with a pencil, and then go into Illustrator, and then go into Photoshop, and then to actually an output, you're up to 10 different programs to make one of these happen in about a week process for each design, if not longer, depending on that.
And
But
you do
individually, they are artists and amazing artists.
And you do the
especially
back end
Mayhem.
on those
She's
things?
got a very unique style, and she has a very cool background with art and music as well. So we all consider ourselves artists.
Do we have the video of that?
You got a video?
There it is. Oh my gosh, that is so super cool.
And this one has a Peter Cottontail remix.
Wow.
So it's like Peter Cottontail. If you look to the left there, there's little dancing,
dancing bunnies
break
along
dancing
the
bunnies
side.
there. Which is cool. And this is a newer experience here, because it used to just be you had to have an app, but now you can just scan the QR code and it works on any iPhone or Android device as well.
Wow.
And this is the back of the shirt.
That is our logo, and then if you actually touch it on your phone, it will take you to our website, social media, and everything. So
Mayhem, you drew all of these cartoon characters?
He does more of the drawing designs. I do more of like placement and concept.
Okay.
she'll come to me and say, well, let's make a butterfly, and she'll kind of give me a base concept, and then
You
I'll
draw it out.
spend the time out drawing it and then digitizing it, and then animating it as well.
So companies can come to you, let's say that they have some kind of logo, and you can sort of draw it out and come up with something conceptual that you can put on shirts.
Yeah, that's my background. I've been working in the music and entertainment industry for over 20 years, working with some really big name artists, and creating logos and concepts and marketing schemes and festival event concepts and ideas and stuff like that. Kind of an idea guy, all encapsulating, doing everything figuring it out. That's my fun. If I don't know how to do it, let's go figure it out, you know. And especially now with AI, you know, I mean, there's no excuses to not know what to do. You can just ask your phone.
Do you love what you do?
Absolutely.
Does it bring you joy?
It does. It's the best way to be able to bring and connect the community to themselves and giving them something that they can individually have for their experience along the way, whether it be a small event or a memorable moment or just whatever you need to commemorate your space in the universe.
Amazing. How do people get in touch or book you or do the products online? So many questions.
We prefer smoke signals or carrier pigeons. I like hawks, messenger hawks. Those are fun, but you got to have the right arm pads there. No, wandering.visions,
Vision.
vision, wandering.vision. And this is the website right now. Actually, it's still under development, so we ask that you don't place an order, but you can actually play around with the design your own shirt concept, which we think is the most interesting part. If you click on, you know, the design your own, then it will actually, you scroll down there.
So we can't do one of you as Croc Dundee.
No.
Please spare us
There
all
you
on
go.
that one.
So if you click the add your design there, and then you can just drag in. So basically for every initial order for $30, you can get 3 placements, which is 1 main augment, 1 background, and then 1 accent.
Wow.
But then for an additional $5, you can add anything anywhere on the shirt. And on the website, you can just drag and drop those designs where you think you want them. And then we'll, you know, sometimes reach out to you and be like, hey, you know, how does this
Pick
look?
designs that you're giving or any design.
It's only designs that we've already
That you
created,
did,
but we
okay.
have about, I'd say, 30 to 40 augments right now.
I saw the book. That's what I was going to.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then we have about 30 accents and about 10 backgrounds, and we're creating them more and more every day, and adding. And the augments evolve as well. So sometimes we'll jump back in and be like, hey, we didn't kind of like how this sat. Let's do something more. Let's add a different song. We're going to do some contests where we ask the people that bought our shirts, what song do you want to hear on your shirt? And we might change it, and it would happen real time on your shirt. So right now, you know, there's a Grateful Dead song on that one. Maybe we'll switch the song at some point, you know.
Oh man, I got a wish.
It'll be the same. Yeah, let us know.
I got the Paris song. Maybe the Eiffel Tower or something. And let them.
We would love to do something specifically for the show if you want to, so that when they come in, you can say, this is.
Well, I want to build the tunnel in here. Is what I want.
Let's do it.
Where's Glenn? Glenn, come
There
here,
are-
Glenn.
There are no limits.
Gotta get a porta
when,
potty.
when we come in, we love building custom concepts. That's just my passion.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you that is a trip.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah,
Check
absolutely.
it out,
Right.
Wandering Visions, and you can even just do one, which is so super cool because you don't have to do a minimum or a bulk for like a festival. You can do one. You can try one.
Just one shirt, and you can actually bring us your jackets, bring us your shirts, old ones, and we'll jazz them up. So to go through your closet, find an old jacket or hoodie that you like, but you maybe don't wear. It's a little rundown. I mean, this DTF technology that I use, we do it ourselves. We don't order online. This is proprietary technology, and we can cover up patches and holes, and it's almost virtually indestructible. So bring us your old stuff and let us redesign and bring your old merchandise.
So if I have so we come up with a shirt concept, I can transfer that to a jacket.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Oh man.
We can do all apparel. We're actually going to be doing some smaller canvas bags soon at events.
Hats
So you can
too.
get augments.
Yes.
Your best.
I'm way ahead of you.
Actually, I'm going to be augmenting tattoos very soon too.
Oh my
So
gosh.
your tattoos can come to life. Those are a little bit more personalized and private. And I think I'm going to be running through one of my famous tattoo artists first, and give him exclusive rights to that ability. But then we're going to be announcing that and launching that soon as well. And I would love to show off your shirt if you have a chance to show the audience.
No,
because
absolutely. I'm gonna be.
You're gonna stand up and model for us?
Just take it easy. I'm gonna be walking around. First of all, you're gonna see me all weekend with this bad boy, because I'm going to every place known to man.
Nice.
And they're all gonna ask me. I already know Saturday they're gonna ask me more and more. The interesting aspect is that everybody's looking for a niche. Season is coming. People want something different, something that's not common, like that little rabbit running around. But I have one for that song. Boy, man, timing is everything. I think we have some fun with this.
All right.
You like?
You zooming in on his belly?
You're gonna zoom.
Wow.
Can we?
And we could do the poster. I think it'd be easier to
augment
show
it?
you. Yeah.
Oh, that looks fantastic.
And let's show you how the augment works, maybe, if you'd like. I think it'd be easier with a poster. We don't want to have you
Poster.
stand up.
All right.
We got to take it out of the plastic here.
It's an amazing concept, and you're surrounded by the right team of people that they don't quit. They just keep looking and looking and making
All right.
it happen.
So when you run your phone over it,
Wow.
so it plays music. You can hyperlink whatever you want to. So you can put your website, and when they touch it, it will go anywhere you want to. And then you can record and show your friends and share on social media. Hope
That
that-
is so
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Thank
Check
you
it
for
out.
having
Check
us.
out their website. More to come. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to win a brand new 2027 Audi A3? The Core Foundation, in conjunction with AMP Media Futures Foundation, is giving you the chance to drive away in luxury while supporting scholarships and community programs. First prize, a new 2027 Audi A3. Second prize, an American Electric Stellar bike. Third prize, a $250 Visa gift card. The drawing will be held Saturday, December 19th, 2026 at the Fort Lauderdale Marriott North, and you do not need to be present to win. Tickets are only $20. Purchase yours today at Ampy Media Production Studio or call 866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422 or email mail to production@ampy2.tv.
AI is changing business fast. Is your business ready? Contact Steadwell.Solutions. With Steadwell Solutions, businesses can own and operate their own private AI systems instead of relying entirely on giant cloud data centers. Get the power of AI while keeping greater control of your valuable business information. Private, practical, powerful, and competitively priced. Don't watch your competition move ahead. Make AI your advantage today. Get started now. Email info@aichainexperts.com or visit Steadwell.Solutions. That's STEADWELL.Solutions. Steadwell Solutions. Own your AI, control your data, power your future.
At AM2TV, we don't just create content, we produce experiences. From concept to final cut, we bring your vision to life with cinematic quality and precision. Whether it's music videos, branded content, or live productions, we make it stand out. AM2TV, where your vision gets amplified.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Hello, everyone. Today is World Lizard Day. Ooh. And to celebrate, tell me in the comments what's your favorite kind of lizard. Because, well, I'm not really much of a lizard guy since the only lizard I know is a little... unique. Let's go with unique. So, again, tell me in the comments what's your favorite kind of lizard and why. We gotta know why. Well, that's all the time I have today. Till next time, everyone. Bye! Really hope the whole lizard people thing is not real. That was weird.
Whispers in the back, he ain't got got what it takes, count me out, bet against me. Watch I flip the stakes, doubt in their eyes, shade in their tone, but pressure make diamonds, so I'm leveling up on my own. Said I was too small, said I was too late. I took every can and turned it into jet fuel. Watch, now the lights up, crowd loud, heartbeat in my chest. You wanted a show, baby, here's the best. All that talk you made, I cashed it in for reps. When you say I'm not good enough, watch me work. When you say I fall short, watch me work. Every note you threw, I'm building skyscrapers with, so turn the volume up, 'cause this is where I prove it. Watch me work, watch me work, watch me work. Yeah, I'm proving you wrong with every single verse. Watch me work, watch me work. Hey, used to be the joke, now I'm the headline. Stepped on for years, now the whole world on my timeline. They counting my losses, I counting my lessons. Turn every scar to a story, every test to a blessing. Bet against my name, that's just more promotion. I'm the comeback story, fire in my motion. Watch my feet move, watch my vision clear. Told you I was built for this, now the whole world here. So turn it up, let the bass hit your soul. All that doubt you had, that's what made me go. Now I'm the proof you say could never unfold. When you say I'm not good enough, watch me work. When you say I fall short, watch me work. Every note you threw, I'm building skyscrapers with, so turn the volume up, 'cause this is where I prove it. Watch me work, watch me work, watch me work. Yeah, I'm proving you wrong with every single verse. Watch me work, watch me work. Hey, you doubted me? Cool. Watch this. You counted me out, count these wins. I'm the impossible you said would never begin. Now look at me now, did I do it again? Yes, let's go. Let's go. When you say I'm not good enough, watch me work. When you say I break down, watch me work. Took every never and I forged it in a fire. Now I'm shining brighter, taking it higher. Watch me work, watch me work, watch me work.
Watch me work, baby. That was fun.
Love the shirt. It's very cool. My favorite animal, I don't know, maybe a unicorn.
They have werewolves. Oh, maybe a unicorn.
I don't do werewolves. I don't do scary things.
Not scary.
Maybe I need to go for some psychotherapy.
They got whales.
I need help.
They got mammals. They got a whale.
No, not a thing. I think unicorn. It's like my magical
All right,
fairy
so do your
energy.
they'll do the unicorn.
My energy shifter.
They'll do unicorn. And we just negotiated a deal to go up and do a show from his
That'll be fun.
warehouse in Boynton. I think it'll be a blast.
17,000 square feet.
Jeez Louise, that is
Amazing.
huge.
Huge.
I got to see what's in this thing. This got to be an amusement park.
All right, so we're going to introduce you to our next guest. Kind of like a pop surprise. She thought she was joining us for a conversation, but we ended up putting her not on camera, but we're just going to have the conversation because what she offers is so incredible. Ever have these signs from the universe that come right when you need them, but you don't really know you need them? Well, that's how I met Dr. Smith. Martha, who you met, who works at Skin Appeal, she was here, and she believes in so much magical energy. And one day, just out of the blue, she says, you need to meet my good friend, Dr. Smith. So I spoke with Dr. Smith on the phone last weekend, and wow, I said, oh my gosh, can we interview you? Because so many people need guidance. And for her, it's about energy, hypnotherapy, and I'm gonna let her tell us more. And then we kind of got into it, and she was at BZT probably when you and I were there, maybe even before.
She was before us.
Back in the day.
Yeah, she was before
doing
us.
a radio show.
She was there when it all started there. You were there early.
I was.
So Integrative Counseling and Hypnosis Associates PA, we have Dr. Melody Smith joining us. So you're not going to see her, you're just going to hear her like old school radio. So you're going to listen in on this one.
She's still at the radio station.
I'm still there, always.
Via satellite. Ding, ding.
Out of sight, but in mind.
Well, we love having you. And I know
Thank
you've been
you.
friends with Martha for a long time. And you
Yes.
and I had the pleasure of this great conversation about what you do.
Yes.
So share with everyone what really your specialty is.
Well, that's interesting because if I had to condense it into one little phrase, I would say I'm a perception shifter. I'm a licensed psychotherapist, I'm a doctor of clinical sexology, and I teach hypnosis nationally on behalf of the National Guild of Hypnotists to certify other people to become hypnotists. So using a wide range of tools in the toolbox, what I really do is help people feel comfortable in their own skin, be the best that they can be, manifest those things that they want to manifest, and before that, finding out what those things are. Because a lot of us don't even know what would make us happy. What do we want to be? How do we get there? So that's really the prime goal.
So many questions. So people know what they don't want, right?
Yes.
You don't want pain. You don't want to suffer. Everyone wants money, happiness, your calling. So many things. There's a difference between your calling and happiness?
Yes. Oh, they're quite clearly, yes. So identifying your own gifts or having someone help you to identify your gifts is essential in order to reach the goals that you're looking for. Most people, sadly, work at a job that they really don't like, and they don't feel appreciated. Our type of industry in America doesn't foster inclusiveness and sharing and consideration of others and where they are in their life story. So it's difficult for a lot of people to go to work and come home and then have all of the responsibilities and duress that they face. But most of them are fearful of change. And change is one of the most critical things we can do, because change is why we're here in the first place. If everything were going to stay the same all the time, every day, there'd be no point in this exercise, would there? So the idea of understanding that change fosters growth, evolution, development, joy, and happiness, and what you receive from that is knowing that you had the courage to take the chance.
So is that perception shifting?
That's part of perception shifting, absolutely. Another part of perception shifting is telling yourself the same story over and over again. You've had a trauma, something happened to you, you were whatever went on. And you're constantly living in a victimized state, really, where this happened, this happened, this happened. And when you look at it another way, maybe from somebody else's perspective, maybe where the gift was for you in that interaction, you didn't even notice it or see it, that there is no such thing as blame, there's no such thing as judgment, very important, crucial assets to have with you at all times. Then you start to see, and this is what happens. Oh, I never thought of that. I never saw it that way. The light bulbs go off. And once they do, everything changes. And now you see that old trauma in a new way, or you experience things differently, or you can actually be grateful for whatever happened to you, because everything in your life is a culmination from the very beginning to where you are today at this point of experience. Okay? And so those experiences all make us who we become. Why are we upset about that? Make the most of them.
Because I guess some traumas and triggers, and you know many of
Don't-
mine,
don't
which I'm
even-
not even going to get into my triggers.
I'm going to go sit over there.
Going to go sit with Dr. Smith.
because you have the prime example right next to me. So, but I got to ask, the hypnosis and what you're talking about shifting, do they coincide or are they separate?
Well, they would certainly coincide, because when you tap into the subconscious mind, and it's so powerful, it's one of my favorite tools, but it's very misunderstood. So there's a process of educating your student. Everybody I see, I don't call them patients or clients, I call them students, because they're there to learn. So it's about educating them as to what it is, that there's nothing to fear, that there's nothing negative that's going to occur as a result of it, that you're tapping into your most powerful asset, which is your subconscious mind. And in doing so, you can make shifts and changes within yourself that you didn't even know were possible, because you totally do away, you suspend disbelief. Okay? So it's, yes, to answer your question, absolutely.
So you have to put them in hypnosis state?
That was very well stated. because there's no such thing as going under. It's one of
no
the
such
things
thing
I
as going
teach. Nobody's under anybody's spell.
Correct.
Yes, you go into the state of hypnosis. So very astute.
You're very astute.
No, she's trying to hypnotize me.
I already did.
I already see the end. I can tell because you're in my brain tickling it. Now, you have to have a sense of confidence. Okay, so let me work this the other way.
Okay.
If I'm insecure,
Yes.
and I have triggers, and things trigger me.
Yes.
I love that word, trigger. Watch me get triggered. So things trigger me, and I come to you. Number one, I have to trust you.
Yes.
Number two, I have to talk to you.
Yes.
Number three, you have to feel my distrust.
Yes.
All of these things happen before you change my state of mind.
Absolutely. So give me 5 minutes and they'll all happen.
And that's what I was going to ask you. How long does it take you?
Really, very little. There's a sense, I believe, I've been told, that people feel very confident, they feel very secure, they feel very trusting, because really what I do is passion. And that is conveyed when I'm speaking with someone or I'm with someone. That intensity and that desire to help is paramount. So it comes kind of naturally that we connect and I listen very carefully, and then we go from wherever they happen to be. And the first question I have is, what are your goals? Because they're not my goals.
Right.
I don't judge. I don't judge anything. Whatever the goal is, that's where we're going. Okay, if that's going to make them happy, happiness is paramount, then that's where we're going.
Where do you start? Do you start with, I've got a trigger from childhood or my parents? It doesn't even have to be anything bad from
Right.
childhood, right? It's just something that connects you with this anxiety feeling that you know goes back to that. Or do you start with, they want more money, right? Everyone's looking for money. The economy is in a certain state right now.
Yes.
People are looking for money, more money to pay their bills, or they're looking for happiness with their job. Where do you start?
Wherever they want to go.
She's going to listen.
That's exactly right.
She's going to give you. It's like.
I feel like you know her.
No, it's something I've seen before where you learn by asking the right question. So she's not going to be threatening. She's going to say, well, where do you want to go? How do you want to do this? What does it feel like? Tell me. And the more you tell her, the more it goes in this direction, the more she's able to visualize what it is she's working with.
Beautifully stated.
I get it.
When you said, where do you start? That's such a great question, because ideally and generally, people will either call, or they've heard of me, or they'll find me somewhere through someone, etc., and we'll make an initial contact. And that initial contact is so important because I'm trying to determine, how can I best help? Where's the area that they need my assistance, okay? And we start with that. But the truth is, I'm going to put this out there, this is my truth, but the truth is, in the many years that I've been doing psychotherapy and counseling and hypnosis, I get the same exact students each time. They are very bright, very gifted, and very stuck. That's it. It's common denominator. So that's where I already know we're going, because that's what the universe kind of sends me. So that's my forte. But I need to know, where are we stuck? What's happening? Where are you unable to move forward with your life? Why do you feel less than? What's going on? So they're going to give me something that's happening, you know, whether it's relational, marital, child, whatever it may be. They're going to tell me what it is that they want me to help them with. So we start there. But I always know that we're going somewhere else.
It's an amazing concept.
You get it, triggers?
Yeah, because my brain is like squirrel, like the book yesterday. It's here and then it's there and then it goes here. I've got all these squirrels in my head of all the things. But yet ultimately I think everyone's seeking happiness. And everyone thinks money will get them to happiness.
That is so interesting that you bring up money, because yes, that's a pervasive desire and want, etc. And the word want is interesting because that requires lack. And we don't want to want something because we don't want to lack it, okay? We want to have it. So there's lots of concepts with money, and I teach about money all the time, because money, unlike the root of all evil, is a very high frequency, high energy entity, okay? And as I think I mentioned to you some time ago when we spoke, think about the word currency. current is electrical energy, and the whole world revolves around it. The whole world needs it to function. So it's there for a purpose. Could be gold, could be wampum, could be dollars, rubles, doesn't matter. We need an exchange of energy. That's what money is. And when you start to see it like that and understand it in that perspective, and know that anything you want is ready for you, it's out there, it's just a matter of connecting to it, learning how to connect to it, then your wealth is only as limited as your thoughts. It's only as limited as desire. And you deserve everything. A lot of people feel, well, I can't have this because I don't deserve it, or I did something bad when I was little, or, oh, for goodness sake. No. Everybody deserves everything. Why? Because we came on this planet to be a part of the whole, and we deserve whatever the universe wants to provide for us in return.
It's the creativity to achieve money. Money is not the problem.
That's right.
That's not the way I see it. The way I see it is if you have creativity, if you have desire, if you have creative thinking, if you put that forward, then you're never going to ask about the money. Because to ask it is, as she says, conscious mindset.
Yes.
When I was in there yesterday, he taught me that.
With Russ.
Yes, he's 92 and he's built like a tank. He looks like he's 70.
Yeah.
And he said it. And he says, where you put your mind is where the rest of you are going to go. You know, I always say your mind is going to follow, your feet are going to follow your mind. And the object of the aim here is you use the word trigger. I've been waiting for her to say, oh, tell me more about what the word trigger means to you. Because what does trigger mean?
Yeah.
What does it mean, Doc? What, if I say to you, I get triggered at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then they don't tell you why.
Right.
They just think you know because she's using the word trigger.
No, first of all, if somebody says to me that they're being triggered, I love that word because it's totally unnecessary. Okay? It's totally unnecessary. When you are using that terminology, you are allowing yourself to be dictated to by some event or something that occurred in the past, right? So you are a victim to your own, what you're calling triggers. Get rid of them. You don't need them. They're not serving you any longer, and they never did, really. So the word itself is kind of, it alludes to something that happened in the past that gave you an emotional response, and that you feel that you need to repeat that emotional response every time something walks like a duck, talks like a duck, smells like a duck, etc. So first we have to get rid of that idea about triggers. And then secondly, I would say to you, so talk to me about what is happening when you feel that expression or that emotion. What's happening? Where are you going? What created it? Okay? And then we'll find out what that was all about. It could have been a molestation. It could have been something very serious. You could have witnessed a crime. There's so many things that will genuinely give us an emotional response that's pretty intense. But then we go back and find out why. The why is critical to everything. The why answers the questions. And then it relieves the quote-unquote trigger.
I feel like you could just talk, well, I guess you could
really,
just talk to her for a long time, but that's what she does.
But she's really good because she's stirring up stuff. When we did the interview yesterday, you asked me why I got emotional on that interview piece.
Right.
And I just realized that piece, that conversation I had when I was younger, when I was like 10 years old, I was deemed to be irregular by my uncles. And when I was talking to her and expressing what we were talking about the kids in here and everything else, it brought a tear to my eye. And it was a trigger, or lack of, whatever you want to call it. It happened because I had that conversation. And so now I can relate, because I didn't understand why until what she just said. See, this is the difference, because she makes it that you give her your answers to your questions. And she just tells you, well, here's the answer to the question. It's really simple.
There's a beautiful concept that I try to employ, and it's called normalizing. When you normalize things for people, and it's no longer so full of violent emotion or so full of guilt or shame. Shame is another great one. Okay, we can do away with that too.
And guilt. And
guilt. But all right. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about why we have these emotions. we fear them. We feel like we're run by our emotions. You wake up one morning and you're just not the happy person you were yesterday. Oh man, I don't know what happened to me. I don't feel like getting up. And we don't really analyze what's happening or take it over and redirect our thoughts to, interesting, I'll have to look at that later. Meantime, what a beautiful day, okay? And do the self-talk. I love self-talk. So our emotions are really our guidance system. They're like the GPS system in a car, okay? And when we plug it in to the car and say, I want to go to Broward Center for the Performing Arts from here in Boca, it'll probably put us up on 95 and take us off Broward Boulevard, and everything will be fine, right? You might want to turn here, turn there, whatever. But you decide, I'm early, and I want to go somewhere else right now before I go because I have the time to do it, but you don't tell the guidance system. You just make a different turn. What does it do?
It's going to try to get you back on your path.
Yes, how?
Make a U-turn, make a left, go back here, right?
Questions your judgment.
But does it say it like this? You idiot, why are you even driving? Don't even ask. Yours does that?
Siri does, yeah. I keep it real.
I think you need to change your car.
You're right.
But here's the deal, that we can change. But it doesn't berate you.
Right.
It just says, if possible, make a U-turn.
True.
Okay? Very gently tries to guide you back to what you said your destination was. Our destination as human beings is happiness. Every single one of us. No matter who you are, no matter what you do. We come here, it's a strange place. We're little animals. We're kind of like exploring, and then people come into our lives that are parents and teachers and police and religious leaders, and they tell us what we should do, what we shouldn't do, judgment, 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 okay? But we're really just innocent, and we just really want to play and have fun. And then there's certain things we need to do to make that happen, but they're not have-tos, okay? So, back to the emotions. When it's guiding you gently back to where you said you wanted to go, which was Broward Center for the Performing Arts, and in my case, if I wake up in the morning and I just want to be happy, but I'm not there, it's telling me, that guidance system, hey, change something. You're on the wrong path. Make a U-turn. Change your thinking, okay? Oh, thank you. That's wonderful. Absolutely, will do. Done. Because it's a gentle way of getting us to where we need to be. Now, the other thing about emotions is they're so important. You mentioned guilt. Guilt is an unusual emotion. It does nothing for us, okay? It has no value whatsoever. But conscientiousness does, all right? Going back over the things that you may have done that you don't feel really good about is a very valuable asset to have. But if you put guilt into it, you're judging yourself. And whatever you did when you did it for a reason. And that reason served you in that moment. Okay? So the guilt is just beating yourself up, and it's not going to accomplish anything. Maybe calling up somebody and apologizing would. Okay? Maybe getting rid of it would. But holding on to it and carrying it, no. So anyway, emotions are our GPS system. And when we see them that way, we're grateful for our emotions. We need to cry. We need to grieve. There's certain things the body needs as a vehicle to rid ourselves of intense emotion, okay? Or to maybe just be joyous and happy. It's fun.
Do you work also with young kids, like
Yes.
in their 20s and teens? The
Oh,
ones
my
that-
favorites.
The DNA and all the wires all crossed all over the place. Is that easier to work than let's say somebody in their 60s, somebody's in their 50s? Is it easier to work with the younger crowd or the older crowd?
That's an excellent question. I love them all. It's very difficult to say because each group of people has their own life experience. So if somebody's 50, 60, 70, then they really are kind of dug in to where they are and what's been going on with them. And is it more difficult to change? No, because truth is truth. And when you shift somebody's perception and open their eyes, it doesn't matter at what age they are, they get it, okay? Now, they may say, I wish I would have known this before. I wish I would. No wishing, no hoping. Just take what you have now. It's perfect in every way. and use it from this point forward. Today's all new, okay? But the young people love them because they're so hungry and they've been so let down societally, in this country at any rate, so let down. And they have so much curiosity that's stifled. You're not supposed to think and ask questions and all these wonderful things that help us to grow and evolve. And so when they sit with me and we chat, and they know that I respect them, I appreciate them, I'm looking for where is that little star above their head? What direction is it going? Who is this person? Because if you're sitting with me, you've got a great future. And I mean that sincerely, not because of me, but because you wouldn't be with me for me to help you get there if you weren't. So I already know this. Right? I say, let's see a little star above your head, you know, and I know you're going to do beautifully. Or there's students at FAU who have test anxiety, and I help them to get over their test anxiety so that they can become a veterinarian, so that they can become a lawyer, so whatever it is. And that's so gratifying for me because I have all these little people out there that didn't think they could do it and now can. So there's so many segments to the population that I can assist.
You want to take a commercial?
Yeah, let's
take
do it.
Hold on. Sorry, Dr. Smith. We're going to take a quick commercial break and drink some water. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Back September 18th through the 20th, stars from Sons of Anarchy, Tori Spelling, wrestling legend Kevin Von Erich, and more. See cosplayers, star cars, artists, and hundreds of vendors. Fun for the whole family. September 18th through the 20th, South Florida Expo Center, West Palm Beach, Florida. Get tickets now at ultraconcity.com. That's ultraconcity.com.
Looking for great coffee and a place to unwind? Come to Tiki Coffee and Desserts. We serve gourmet coffee made fresh, rich espresso, smooth lattes, and handcrafted specialty drinks made just the way you like them. Pair it with one of our delicious desserts, from creamy cheesecakes to fresh pastries and sweet treats made to satisfy every craving. No matter what you're in the mood for, you can trust that it's been prepared with care and quality ingredients. Enjoy a warm, welcoming atmosphere where our friendly staff make you feel right at home the moment you walk in. Whether you're meeting friends, taking a break, getting some work done, or simply treating yourself, Tiki Coffee and Desserts is the perfect stop. Don't miss out on an irresistible experience you'll want to come back to again and again. Tiki Coffee and Desserts, the hottest new coffee shop in Boca.
Hi everyone, my name's Herschel Faber. I am the director and producer of Ethan Bloom. We are in our 18th week at Movies of Del Rey in amazing Delray Beach. Come on down, see the movie, bring a friend. It's a feel-good film. It'll make you laugh and make you cry, but in a good way. And I hope to see you there. We do Q&As on the weekends. They're a lot of fun, and I look forward to meeting you all.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
I
Feeling
caught a
better?
little cough attack there.
Okay, we're back with Dr. Melody Smith. She's just on a roll and information. You want to get back to where we were on conversation?
Well, I want to ask Doc also, did you do this on the radio at BZT?
What I did with WBZT was interview practitioners that were interesting and not of the norm, but very, very helpful, so that people would be educated that there are alternatives to what we seem to think that we need at a certain point in time. And in my practice back then, I had iridologists, I had all kinds of people that did, I had people that would hook you up to a little computer and it would read your energy, etc. So it was not just me. It was me plus, let's bring body, mind, spirit into all of this, okay? Because it's integral. And that's actually why my practice is called Integrative Counseling and Hypnosis. We integrate everything so
That's
that
amazing.
it becomes a whole.
Do you look at past lives also?
In hypnosis, yes.
And you did this in the early 2000s.
Oh, I've done this since 95,
So
96.
you've been way ahead of the game because there are people that have come through here
Yes,
who have used similar words as you,
yes.
but they're students, not teachers. Big
Well,
difference.
the words, that's interesting you say that, because as they say, there's nothing new under the sun. There's only the way you perceive it, hear it, interact with it, encounter it, right? So I like to, especially when I have couples, I love couples because, let's say the husband, for example, will say, I've told her 50 times to do this, okay? I've told her all her life to do this, and now all of a sudden she's doing it. And it's almost like, why aren't you listening to me? And what that person doesn't understand is they're the seed planter. That's an important role. And the seed has to have time to germinate and be ready for harvest. And it may be somebody else that comes along and says the exact same thing at a specific moment, and the recipient says, hey, and goes back to the husband and says, you know, somebody said to me I should do X, Y, Z, and I think that's a great idea. And he's standing there like, but I've been telling you this.
But he planted the seed.
Yes, you are the seed planter. No need to say, I've been telling you this, because now that person becomes defensive. You've lost everything, okay? Just know that you did your job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's tremendous.
So it's enough just to know you're a seed planter.
Apparently so. I'm like the cotton seed tail or something.
Little Johnny Appleseed.
You're the seed planter.
Unbelievable. But when she explains it that way, then you don't feel bad when they listen to somebody else say the same thing.
Yes, it was the timing. Timing is everything.
Timing is everything.
And your assistant, how long have you known your assistant? I'm so dying to ask.
Okay, well,
How long have you known your assistant?
I'd say almost 3 years.
Okay. And I need to ask,
Yes,
because the assistant, you got to work with somebody that you can trust and
Yes.
you understand, and she understands you, and back and forth. How's it been?
Are you going to ask me, or she
I'm
happens to
asking
be
her.
here today? Are you going to ask her?
It's okay. I want to ask her. She could throw her hands up in the air and say nothing, or she could say something. Do it. How's it been?
You know, coming into the whole industry of working with her and helping people, I wasn't prepared at all coming from my background, but it opened my eyes and taught me a lot to be able to understand people and communicate better with others.
That's what I was hoping to hear.
Communication is
It's everything.
everything.
It's what we do for a living.
So is
it's what we've
perception.
done for 10 years. Now, let me ask you, Doc, you can be doing this for 10 years, and as you get older, your mindset begins to change. You know, orange don't look orange no more. Blue don't look blue no more. So all of a sudden, you're trying to convince yourself of something that you used to teach back in the day. Now, you've been doing this since 95. Has your perception changed?
Another fabulous question. So let me take issue with the first part.
Okay.
I'm not getting older.
You're getting better. I'm getting older. You're getting better.
Teasing you. But I mean that sincerely in terms of intellectual pursuit. We have to keep learning. We have to keep learning. We have to keep growing and evolving. And I'm going to answer the question and hopefully shift your perception at the same time.
Okay.
You may have a way of doing things. You may have a certain protocol that you believe in or that you follow, et cetera, et cetera. But the truth is, if you are curious, as we talked about, if you question, if you're aware, then you always leave a little bit of room for doubt. Okay, whether it's doubting me and what I'm telling you, or doubting whoever it is that you're reading or thinking or following, etc. You have to leave a little bit of room for the possibility that there's more, that there could be something different. We make discoveries every day in medicine that are amazing. Yesterday you were incurable. Today, the world looks different. There's something happening now, okay? And if you're closed to those things, I think you stunt your growth. So when you ask me that question, I'm eager to change my mind. Really, I love when somebody can disprove something I'm saying because I'm going to learn something. I'm grateful. So I don't have a definite script that I follow, okay? It's open, but I know inherently in a general way how people need to activate, self-actualize, be the best they can be, fall in love with themselves. If you can fall in love with yourself, the game is over. You've won, okay? Because everybody feels that energy, and they know that you are comfortable in your own skin, and that is so important.
That's pretty good.
Hope that answered that question.
That is your question?
Absolutely.
And then the sexology part of it, the
Oh.
conversation keeps going. I know, there's so many things. We were talking earlier that you have children that come to you as the sexologist.
Yes.
And I asked you if there's a stigma attached to that title.
Well, yes, and more for the parent than for the child because they usually don't know what that is and what I'm going to do, etc. But it's no more than further psychotherapy. It's discovering what's happened, what are you thinking, what are you feeling, do you have support? Clearly, critically, the most important thing for a child is emotional support. Okay? Number one job of a parent. So when it comes to sexology in children, there are many reasons that they would seek guidance. You may have a gay child who is being shunned by their parent or their family member. You may have a child who doesn't feel comfortable in their own skin yet, and they're questioning their sexual orientation. There's so many reasons, and sex is such a big part of our life. It's critical. It's wonderful, and it should be treated that way. So for me, it's a spectacular opportunity to help someone be comfortable in their own skin, whatever that may be, wherever that leads them.
And always leave room for perspective shifting and hope.
Yes.
Right. You always got to leave room for because there's always a possibility of something better.
Right. But I like my younger students more than anything because they're so eager to learn, and they're so wide-eyed, and they're scared, but they're also curious. And if I can keep them curious, then we're in good shape.
And people come to you private pay, or does any insurance cover this?
Insurance covers psychotherapy, does not cover hypnosis. Okay, but if I'm using hypnosis in the process of as a tool, then that session is covered. But I don't take insurance. I will give you a receipt for our session that you can file because I'm qualified with your insurance company, and they will determine based on your plan how much they'll reimburse you, where you are with your deductibles, etc. I don't get involved in all that. So it's private pay. But I try to work things out where it's easier for someone to do it than charging a lot of money.
And what's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
Well, there are two ways. I have an office number that I don't recommend you call because it goes to voicemail. And so, I'll get the message eventually. But on my published things, there's a number 561-393-1911. That's the technical office number. I encourage people to use my cell because one of the differences in what I do with folks is that I'm available 24/7. So if you become a student of mine and you need me at 3 o'clock in the morning, call, text, email. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. We'll put out the fire until we meet again, okay? So what's the point of having a therapist if you have to wait a week and you have 50 minutes to figure out how we're going to resolve this problem, right? So I feel like we become both in it together to solve the problems. So I want to know what's going on. I want to know if you've been in a car accident. I want to know if you're going in for surgery. I want to know what's happening. If you're having a crisis in the moment, let's figure it out really quickly, put the fire out, and then we'll continue.
Incredible.
So I give them my cell. The cell is 561-376-7972.
What a pleasure. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your patience. I know it was a shift of perspective, but I thank you for shifting and staying with us today.
You are both a delight, and what you're doing is so critical and so important. And I'm ashamed to say I really wasn't aware of this programming.
Oh, we'll bring you back, don't worry.
No, that's not about that. It's about this wonderful opportunity that people have to learn.
Well, Doc, you should be back on the air.
Well, thank you.
You have well, maybe you do have an idea, but the amount of knowledge that I just picked up talking to you gives me a whole different perspective, not towards me, because it did, but because of my kids that I called in here, my students that are in here, to give them a shot of understanding, because it's so confusing right now. They don't know what's in, they don't know what's out, they don't know what's expected. They think they're letting people down, the whole nine.
Right.
But you belong back on the air.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
The society, your community could use you right now.
Well, thank you. Listen, I can use the community, and we all learn. I always say, my greatest gift is learning from the people that I interact with, because I think I get more from them than they honestly get from me. So there has to be an equal exchange of energy.
Equal exchange of energy.
Yes.
It's true. And Martha does it again. She always, you never know, when she pops in, she's like this little angel. She pops in, she sends you information, and she's like, okay, and she goes again, right?
Right.
Amazing.
She's beautiful.
It's good stuff.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
We're going to take another
having me.
break, and we'll come back, and we will wrap it up. More to come.
Are you ready to win a brand new 2027 Audi A3? The Core Foundation, in conjunction with AMP Media Futures Foundation, is giving you the chance to drive away in luxury while supporting scholarships and community programs. First prize, a new 2027 Audi A3. Second prize, an American Electric Stellar bike. Third prize, a $250 Visa gift card. The drawing will be held Saturday, December 19th, 2026 at the Fort Lauderdale Marriott North, and you do not need to be present to win. Tickets are only $20. Purchase yours today at Ampy Media Production Studio, or call 866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422, or email mail to production@ampy2.tv.
AI is changing business fast. Is your business ready? Contact Steadwell.Solutions. With Steadwell Solutions, businesses can own and operate their own private AI systems instead of relying entirely on giant cloud data centers. Get the power of AI while keeping greater control of your valuable business information. Private, practical, powerful, and competitively priced. Don't watch your competition move ahead. Make AI your advantage today. Get started now. Email info@aichainexperts.com or visit Steadwell.Solutions. That's STEADWELL.Solutions. Steadwell Solutions. Own your AI. Control your data. Power your future.
At AM2TV, we don't just create content, we produce experiences. From concept to final cut, we bring your vision to life with cinematic quality and precision. Whether it's music videos, branded content, or live productions, we make it stand out. AM2TV, where your vision gets amplified.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
All right, partner. We done another week?
Another week. I hope
man, my
that
body
message
hurts.
from Dr. Smith gets everyone ready to go into your
The
weekend.
weekend.
Shift a perspective. You know, weekends are supposed to be great and joyous and happy. I told you this morning, I think it's going to be a paperwork weekend for me, which isn't relaxing or hanging in my hammock, but maybe I can shift my perspective and just look at it as getting things done that I get to get done, and then enjoying the rest of it.
And you said this week was going to be a tremendous week. And it has been. And we ended it on the bang. And there's a few pieces that I wanted to include today. You know, it's really funny because if things had worked out, there would have been another 5 people in here. And I think then I would have led off with Doc first to change the perspective of what was happening afterwards. I would have done things differently, but the way it ended up, there was cancellations and what have you. But they already texted me that they want to all show up next week. So, interesting week.
As she says, everything lines up the way it's supposed to. You are exactly where you were supposed to be. And people question it, but the divine universe has a reason why we are doing why we do what we do.
Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Be creative. And think not about just the money in aspects. Think about if you're going to get yourself out, how you're going to get there. And money becomes the least of your worries.
All right, have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you Monday, 9 a.m. drive time.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.